Alright guys, here we are in the shop. Got the front cover here. This is where the that crank seal goes. Here's the old one. Knocked it out, it fell on the floor, so it's got some shit all over it. But alright, so the way that I knocked it out was I just took a flat blade and kind of put it on the lip there. Not on the lip of the metal, on the lip of the seal. So there's a metal ring on this seal, okay? So you don't want to use the metal. You don't want to put this on the metal and mar that up. You want to put it on that metal ring, give it a couple whacks, it'll come out. Came out the bottom, obviously. I got a seal puller, but I didn't seem to want to move it. The thing's been in there for a while. So if you got a seal puller, it might work. All right, so this is pretty clean. I've spent probably an hour cleaning this thing. I know it still looks dirty as piss, but it's pretty dang clean. The inside here is pretty dang clean. I've got a little wear there. Don't think I'm super worried about it. It's not. It's like pretty much all paint. There's like one little nick there. Sorry, my compressor just turned on. There's one little nick there, but otherwise little bitty nick there, but I'm not super worried about that. We'll see if it leaks. Hopefully not. The old one I think was leaking a little bit, but nothing that really was super alarming. But with all of this crap everywhere, how could you tell it was leaking anyway? So so we got it cleaned up. I cleaned all the bolt holes up good so that I don't have any crap in between my bolt hole and the case when I put it back together. So we got this seal kit. This one came from, what is it, KDP or something like that. It's I got the seal kit and that kilo dowel pin kit together. So it's got this plastic piece in it. Everywhere I've read and said, it says to leave this plastic piece in till you put it back on the crank, and then you pull this out and it allows that seal to sit on the crank. So just want to make sure you orientate this seal correctly, okay? So obviously you put it in how it comes out, but if you forget how it comes out, the metal ring goes to the outside. Always remember, in a seal, the valley goes to the oil, okay? So there's your valley. A lot of people are saying like yellow goes this way and black goes the other way, but on this one, there's yellow on both sides. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little yellow. That lip's yellow too. So the valley goes to the oil, and then the metal goes to the outside. Okay, so I'm going to set this down in there. I'm going to put some RTV along the outer rim. Some good RTV silicone. It says install the lip dry, so you don't want to like lube the front. Just lube up this outer edge though. And then it came with this. This is like a little seal driver. So I'll put my seal in here. I'll put this down on top of it, and then drive it home until this is nice and flush with the hole, which is not right now. Okay. But yeah, so they're saying this is what do they call this? They're calling it a driver, but I've seen other people do it the opposite way and put this on the bottom and hammer it to it, so like the depth, like a depth gauge. I'm gonna install it from the front because it's got this dang doohickey on it, this plastic piece, and so for one, I don't have that Cummins seal installer that some people have. That nice round piece. It looks awesome, but I just don't have it, and so I don't want to drive it from this side and hurt the interior of the seal. I'd rather drive it from the metal exterior, and yeah, so that's the way I'm gonna do it. After we do that, we are going to obviously just make sure everything's clean along the bolt holes. I got a new gasket here, okay, and so I'm gonna take and coat this hole on the other side, the interior side. I'm gonna coat the whole thing in RTV, a nice little bead, put the new gasket on it, let it sit up for, you know, a couple minutes, and then go install it, put RTV on all the bolts, and install them all, you know, pretty tight, hand tight or so. I'm gonna let that sit up. I'm gonna install the water pump while I'm waiting for it to sit up, and then torque it down. Okay, so when you do RTV, you want to let it sit up for a little while before you go torquing it down. Okay, so, and hey, look, here's a novel idea: a manual. Okay, so if you're gonna do anything like this, man, get yourself a manual. I was lucky enough this machine came with this. It's like this badass notebook from the factory that literally is the manual for everything. So pretty sweet. A lot of people do this stuff without manuals. You can, but just like torque specs and stuff, it's a pain in the butt. See, like right here, I'm on the page for the oil pump. So like I knew exactly, here's the torque. I did mine at 25 Newton meters. So, you know, it just makes life simpler. There's no guesswork. You just follow the steps, and you don't have to lay in bed and worry about that dang bolt that you don't know if you got tight enough, right? So, all right, I'm gonna cut this one, and I'll be back once we get this guy back on the machine.